Joey C.
Mims, how you doing?
What's going on?
Not too much. How are you?
I'm good, man. Can't complain.
Very, very cool. Hey, well, we have to congratulate you first on your album, Music Is My Savior, and your single, This Is Why I'm Hot. You had some super success with that one.
Yeah, it's a blessing. You know, we did some good numbers digitally with This Is Why I'm Hot and Like This. Obviously, the Music Is My Savior album. We pushed over 400,000 units worldwide, and in a game like today, you know that's definitely a blessing. And I'm here to do it again. I got a new album coming out April 7th called Guilt. And the first single off the album is the record Move, which is, it's heating up right now. So I'm happy, man. I'm just happy to be able to get this second opportunity because a lot of people, especially just in hip-hop in general, aren't getting even the first opportunity.
Yeah. Speaking of opportunity, I read somewhere that your album was titled I Am Hip Hop Savior, and then there was a sudden change of heart, I guess, moved it to Guilt?
You know what? I think someone, I don't know if that's Wikipedia or acting up on me. Somebody goes on Wikipedia and just puts up anything.
I see.
So the name of my album was always Guilt. I Am Hip Hop Savior was probably something that somebody out there maybe wanted me to title my album, but like I said, I'm not interested in filling those shoes. I think there's enough hoopla about whether hip hop is dead or not.
Yeah.
And I'm just here to play my part. I don't want to spread too much light on it. And I think that if I would have called my album I Am Hip Hop Savior, it would have just come across as some big publicity stunt. And guilt to me is a more personal meaning. And for me, the reason why I call my album Guilt in the first place is because from a person who's been successful the last 2 years and financially has situated himself, came from having nothing to making into a big deal. When you turn around and you look at the last 2 years and then you see what's happening with the economy, you notice that a lot of people weren't doing so well. So if I were to turn around and start gloating about how much money I have and how much chains and Ferraris I'm driving, it would almost be like a smack in the face to my public and my fans. So I actually made an album that I feel is going to just moderate, the amount of bling bling that we talk about and just kind of give them the real topics again. Like I got good topics on there. I got a record called One Day with Kamani Marley, which talks about, it's like a universal record, almost like a Bob Marley feeling sound. And it talks about just world peace and things like that. And I got a record called Love Roller Coaster, which talks about relationship issues, up and down a relationship, whether you're a superstar or whether you're a 9-to-5 worker. So I want people to know that I'm here for them and I'm giving them the topics that they want to listen to.
Yeah. Speaking of relationships, you're on the Kylie Minogue remix of All I See. I'm a big fan of Kylie Minogue, so it caught my attention that you were on it. It's quite a bit of a sappy love song, so I found it interesting that you jumped on that one. Now, is there a lover inside of Mims, really? Or was there like a turnoff of being on a record like that?
No, you know what? I think that record is actually a very underrated record, one. I think that record should have been a lot more of a big success in the United States. And not to mention, I mean, there's a romantic side in everybody. And everybody. Some people tend to believe that, money is the root of all happiness. And I guess I say it backwards because most people say it's the root of all evil. But the truth is that love is really what this world is built on. Is what, and I hate to get real deep into it, but love is what everything's built on. We go out and we work good jobs for what? So that we can, attract nice women and good women so that we can build a nice family. So if you really think about it, everything that we do in life always goes back into the word love. So, I'm cool with it, man. I put it out there. I'm not one of these gangster, hardcore hip-hop rappers that just is afraid to bring that topic to real life.
Yeah, you were also on the Calabria remix, and so I find it interesting that your collaborations are super interesting. They're cool. Like, Calabria was just a super dancey track, and I'm reading that your second single is Bread and Butter featuring Biggie.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually not my second single. One of those Wikipedia things. It was a record that got leaked out, and it caught the world by storm. But you're absolutely right. I think when people consider themselves being musicians, and I consider myself to be an artist, a musician, That means that I don't classify myself in a genre. You know, I know that I'm an MC. I know that I put words together that rhyme. But for the most part, you'll be able to hear me on anything. I mean, I don't care if it's electronic music. I don't care if it's dance, like you said, or country, or pop, or whatever, reggae music. I mean, I want to be able to deliver different sounds to different people, because as a musician, you want to make sure you target every audience. And that's why April 7th, the album Guilt, is going to be a big deal, because I got records on there for everybody.
So it's something we can expect something different on that one.
You can expect everything different. I got a record with Kamani Marley called One Day. Kamani Marley, who's Bob Marley's son.
Yeah.
And the record obviously has a real, it's a slight reggae vibe, but I call it world music, because it's something that I think the world's gonna relate to when you listen to records like Don't Worry, Be Happy, and it just connected everybody. So I think that record's going to be able to do that. And I got a record with Jim Johnson, who produced Lollipop for Lil Wayne, and he also produced Whatever You Like for T.I. And I actually got an artist by the name of Tech Nine on that record. So that's just a different collaboration. So I mean, it's called Rock and Rollin'. So I mean, when you listen to certain records on my album, it's going to be able to spread to almost everybody.
All right, let's switch this way and back and forth out of the way real quick. Your fans are curious if you've met either Chris Brown or Rihanna, and if you have any comments on their difficult time, how you feel about their situation.
I've shaken hands with both. Not that I could call. Obviously, I don't step out and say anyone's a friend. But they're very cool people, obviously in person. And my biggest advice is this: I know there's a lot of things going on in the public. People make mistakes, and I don't know what the situation is. I don't know definitely what the situation was, because I haven't heard it from one of the two's mouth. And until Rihanna or Chris Brown steps up and makes a statement about what happened, I kind of just played it back. And I'll just say this: media sometimes takes things and twists it.
Yeah.
And we make fun of certain things, and that's entertainment. So I don't think that should stop. But I say this for the public: if you hear it on media, does not mean it's true. It does not mean it's true. It just means that that's just something that they're using to get people to listen, and that's cool, because they're doing their job. But that doesn't mean you should take it and make it into anything other than this is just someone's opinion and point of view until you hear it from the person's mouth themselves.
Very nice, in and out just like that. Mims, the album is April the 7th?
April 7th. I know there's a lot of income tax checks coming in and stimulus checks. So there's no excuse. Go in that store. Go get the album. I'm just playing. You know what? I don't want to mess nobody's money up. I just say I got a great project I put together. It's coming out April 7th. It's called Guilt. I made it for the people, for the public. Move is the first single. You hear it. It's a party record. We still having fun. The video is amazing. I mean, amazing. If you haven't seen the Move video, make sure you go check it out. It's amazing. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. If you literally go see the Move video and pick up the single on iTunes.
We will check that out for sure. Do you have any website you want to shout out to the listeners?
I got a website, www.mimsmusic.net. And what it is it's a portal to all my different websites. Like, I have the MySpace, I have the Twitter, I have the Facebook. I have so many different websites, and there's so many different websites out there that you can go to mimsmusic.net and be able to navigate your way through, many of my different websites. All
right, sounds good. Guilt, April the 7th, and we're about to give them Move right now. Do you want to go ahead and introduce that?
Of course. You already know what it is, El Paso. It's your boy Mims, and this right here is the first single off the second album. This right here is called Move.
Move if you want it, if you want it, if you want to move, move if you want it, if you want it.